Welcome back to my channel. It's me. Today we have 10 full horror movies in 48 hours. So let's start off this countdown with number 10, The Taking of Deborah Logan. This is a found footage film that begins with a group of filmmakers following a hospice nurse named Deborah Logan around for what will be her final shift before she retires. She appears to be a kind and caring woman who treats her patients with respect, dignity, and love. But something strange starts happening after the sun goes down. As the night wears on, her personality completely changes. She becomes violent, aggressive, and bloodthirsty. The rest of the nurses at the facility try to warn the film crew not to enter her room, but they ignore them. They want this footage. That's what got them famous the first time. And they figure if they get Deborah Logan's side of the story, they'll become internet sensations once again. But it all goes terribly wrong. If you like your found footage films realistic and terrifying, then you'll enjoy this one. Next up at 9 is Let Us Pray. This is a supernatural thriller about a sheriff who finds himself hunted by an escaped killer while trying to protect 8 strangers who are hiding out in his jail cell. As the body count rises, the sheriff soon realizes the killer isn't flesh and blood, it's pure evil. Let Us Pray has some great performances from its cast, including a standout role by the late, great Lance Henriksen as the mysterious drifter. The pacing is quick and the suspense builds nicely throughout the entire movie. Number 8 is The Woman in Black. Daniel Radcliffe stars in this gothic horror film based on the novel of the same name. He plays a young lawyer who is sent to a remote village to settle the estate of a recently deceased client. Once he arrives, he quickly realizes the town's people are superstitious, close-minded, and don't want him there. When he's not busy arguing with locals, he's spending time with the recently widowed John. Soon, strange things begin to happen. He witnesses a coffin being carried to a nearby marsh and has disturbing dreams about a woman in black. These visions then bleed into his waking life. If you enjoyed this movie, you can check out its underrated sequel, The Woman in Black, Angel of Death. Next up at 7 is In a Valley of Violence. This is a Western horror film written and directed by T.M. Wright. It stars Ethan Hawke as a drifter who stumbles upon a small town with his dog and finds himself smack dab in the middle of a gang war between 2 feuding families. To survive, he must fight alongside a conflicted sheriff's deputy played by John Travolta. There's plenty of action to go around in this one, and both leads are great. But it's the supporting cast that steals the show, from Walton Goggins as a brutal outlaw to Jennifer Carpenter as a femme fatale saloon singer. The ensemble cast elevates this film above your standard Western fare. 6 on our list is Kill List. This is a British psychological horror film written and directed by Ben Roberts. It stars Neil Maskell as a hitman who finds himself drawn into a sinister conspiracy after completing a seemingly simple contract. The film follows a non-linear narrative structure that keeps you on your toes, and the atmosphere is thick with dread. You won't be able to predict what's coming next. Trust me, the ending will shock you. This movie also stars Hollywood legend Bill Moseley as a creepy cult leader. And if you want to see more of him, check out the upcoming Stan Against Evil TV series, which is also available on Shudder. At 5 is The Autopsy of Jane Doe. This is a mystery horror film that centers around a father and son who perform autopsies for the medical examiner's office. When they receive a Jane Doe for an autopsy, things quickly take a turn for the worse. The corpse is unusually well preserved and begins moving. There's a decent amount of gore, but it's not over the top. Instead, the movie focuses on building suspense. The less said about this one, the better, so I won't reveal any more spoilers. All I'll say is the third act is absolutely insane. Next up at 4 is We Are Still Here. This supernatural horror film was written and directed by Ted Geoghegan. It stars Barbara Crampton as a recently widowed mother who moves with her teenage son into a new home in the hopes of starting their lives anew. But the house is haunted, and she soon learns she has unleashed something evil. Not only is it a very well-made movie, but it's also beautifully shot and edited. It's atmospheric, haunting, and suspenseful. And Crampton delivers a powerhouse performance as the lead character. No. 3 on our list is Starry Eyes. This body horror film is about an aspiring actress who will do anything to land her big break. After a botched audition, she attends a mysterious party where she meets an enigmatic casting director. She gets her wish, but soon discovers fame comes at a steep price. Alex Essoe gives an amazing performance as the lead character, expertly portraying her descent into madness. It's actually hard to believe this was her feature film debut. Starry Eyes is filled with disturbing imagery and body horror, and it won't let you look at Hollywood the same way ever again. Next up at No. 2 is The Wailing. This South Korean horror film was directed by Hong Jin-ho. It's about a Korean village plagued by a series of mysterious deaths and illnesses. A police officer teams up with a priest and an expert in shamanism to find the cause. There's a lot going on here, but I'll keep it brief. Think of it as The Ring meets The Exorcist. The movie's plot is insanely convoluted, but it doesn't matter because it's still an entertaining watch. It's just over 2.5 hours long, and it never lets up. The acting is superb, and the camera work is masterful. The Wailing is widely regarded as one of the best modern horror movies to come out of Korea. And coming in at No. 1 is His House. This British horror film was written and directed by Remy Weeks. It stars Wonmi Mosaku and Soap Dirks as a refugee couple from South Sudan who move into a new home in an English town. They're haunted by their past and tormented by a sinister presence inside the house. It's a slow burn, but the build-up pays off in the third act. His House is more than just a haunted house story. It's about the trauma of war and the struggle to adapt to a new culture. It's powerful stuff. What did you think of these 10 full horror movies? Did I miss any good ones? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching.